Rick made the motherfucking slap, nigga.
You know Young Rick made this shit.
No matter if it's love or hate, I'ma always keep it real. I don't deal when I'm faithful, and I ain't stuck up in my feelings. All I know is do me, and stay hunting about it and low key. Tastes hard to taste good, and if you fall, stand up. It tastes going all in.
If I said I'ma do it, then I'ma do it. Want my stats, my facts, check out my movements, how I elevate through the fake love and the hate. Kept it a buck and people kept throwing me shade. Ain't no snake in my blood, ain't no bitch in my bones. My DNA, all thug, ain't no pocket Capone. Fuck what they own, I'm on my own level, got my own script. I don't follow no man, nigga, I'm on my own dick. I keep it G with everybody that I meet. I don't shake too many hands. Most of these niggas, yeah.
Good, how you doing?
I'm
doing great.
How y'all doing?
Hey, we in the building. Welcome black. Welcome black. Yeah.
Welcome black.
My black folks. Welcome back to Real Blunt. You know what it is. I'm Capone.
J Poo.
And we in the building. Let's smoke. We love y'all. We thank y'all for tuning in. We thank everybody out there for sharing, for subscribing, for leaving your comments, for actually coming in and fucking with us, taking the time out to listen to us. We appreciate the love, the support. We know everybody be busy, so when you got time, take the time to check us out. You know, make sure you share us with your folks. We love to share the information. And again, this is Real Blunt. And we always gonna keep it real, we gonna keep it blunt, and we gonna keep it black love and unity. You feel me? Today
If you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, guys.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Please, please, please. We want to grow, and we want to grow with you guys. And we want to make sure that we try and keep everything as positive and forward-moving as possible. We don't want to set nobody back. We don't want to hurt nobody. But we definitely want to make sure that we hit all the topics that we feel are most important in our lives and to our community that we think we need to hit and highlight.
If it's relevant, we're going to try and bring it to y'all.
As best as we can.
So much stuff that we need to be learning and doing. So
if we're not learning and doing, we're not doing nothing right. We got to make sure we're doing the right thing for the future generation.
Yes,
we want to talk to y'all about the pressure in this world and being black and to perform. You know, this world is full of pressures, like 24/7.
They want to stress you the fuck out at all times.
Every day is some kind of pressure on your mind. You know, you got bills on top of you, and you got your kids to take care of, and there's personal things you want to do, and work shit that needs to happen, and promotions that you like. There's a lot of pressure in this world, a lot of competition.
Instead of collaboration, there's a lot of competition.
Yeah, instead of collaboration, it's a lot of competition.
We should be learning how to collaborate because these pressures are so tough sometimes. Like,
if we're not collaborating, then we are growing further and further apart. You know, and we can't let the pressures of this world, the day-to-day, everyday pressures that have been set upon us through life just continuously tear us apart or drive us apart or find reason to not come together. There are pressures that have been set on us simply because we're black. You know, to forget what, you know, everybody goes through. There are pressures that we just being black go through. You know what I'm saying? Just discriminations across the board when it comes to employment, housing, education, just everything. You already know.
It's literally everything, because I just started thinking about childcare. Like, it's literally every single aspect of it. We have to be like, damn, there's so much pressure there. And then we have
Everywhere
to learn
you
how
look.
to maneuver while also feeling these pressures. Like, we still
There's
have
also
to.
that pressure in the relationships. Like your marital relationship,
your
your spousal,
friendships, all of them.
all your ships. There's pressure there to perform at a certain level, to appease and continue to nurture those relationships, to keep those relationships going. And we have to make sure that we do not put too much pressure on each other, or unreasonable pressure. You know what I mean?
Unreasonable, unnecessary.
And
'Cause
unnecessary.
There's so many already. It's so many
We
already.
are already under fire. So let's acknowledge the pressure that we are actually under, and try to minimize it for each other as best as possible. Let's try and help each other reduce the stress that we going through, living through, and start motivating each other and finding ways to help each other have a better spirit day to day, have a better energy about ourselves, better feeling about ourselves. Let's not, everybody's on this matching energy shit.
Oh my God, you're gonna tear whatever type of relationship, partnership, friendship, you're
Apart.
gonna tear that shit
Right.
apart, trying to be like, oh, I'm just gonna match their energy, because what if they're just not feeling
No.
okay that day? Like, what if they're going through something that day and you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna match your energy. Okay, well damn.
We can't do that.
That's not gonna work for nobody if you do that.
cannot match energy unless it's positive energy. You do not want to match that negative energy with individuals, because you will wear yourself out and you will continue to go down that negative path to where it leads you not to your goal, but to an outcome that is something you didn't expect or
A good
want.
portion of it
Like-
ends up being the exact opposite of what you want, because you're just not paying attention to what you're doing. You're too focused on the other person and how they're feeling, to where you start to match out energy, change
Yeah.
your energy to try to match theirs, and that's never gonna work out for nobody. Like,
Oh,
we
such
need-
and such did this, I'm gonna do this. No, look,
you want a tit for tat relationship, is what you're saying.
we ain't matching energy. We ain't doing tit for tat unless it's good tit for tat. Reciprocating love, reciprocating helpfulness, appreciation,
Vulnerability,
giving each other safe spaces to do what we need to do, communicate, grow, learn, whatever it may be. There's too many pressures already as Black people in our community that we have to deal with, and we don't want to have to keep compounding them on top of each other, one after another, one after another, one after another, just because we either
because that's what we've been taught.
yeah, it's what we've been taught, but we feel some way about them because it ain't you. You want to be there, like there's a lot of
Basically putting the excuse there as well.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
I feel you.
stop making excuses as to why you doing what you're doing and matching energy. Stop
Yeah.
being
Give
added
yourself
pressure.
the excuse as to change. Like, why do we need to change
Yeah,
this about this?
just
situation?
change you.
Yeah.
and worry about you. Focus on you. Reduce your stress in your life. Don't worry so much about what everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? Like,
So some of the things that ends up happening negatively when we don't pay attention to these pressures and make sure we're handling them in the manner we should be.
Right.
We end up lowering our life expectancy.
because there's a way to handle all of these pressures.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't want to lower our life expectancy.
You're stressing yourself out and giving yourself heart attacks. Like, come on, you
Mini
guys.
strokes, heart attacks.
Like,
you
calm down.
you
We
getting
have
in
to
your
learn how to
feelings.
calm
You're
down.
not taking care of your physical. You picking up bad habits and you allowing those habits to snowball.
Yep. Some people go into high blood pressure. Some people go into just depression.
Developing high blood pressure
Different depression, different kinds
is
of
not a good thing.
anxieties.
You don't want to literally blow a blood vessel.
Yeah, you blowing
You
a gasket.
You're gonna
Like,
blow a
hey.
gasket out like a motherfucker. Like, you really wanna stay in your motherfucking lane. Really, like, just stay in your fucking lane. Stop trying to be in everybody else's mix and everybody else's business, because you stressing yourself out more. You add more pressure to yourself to perform at a higher level to keep up with other motherfuckers.
Knowing
Stop
damn
that
well
shit.
you can't maintain.
If you
that
can't keep
level.
up, you just can't keep up. Respect they hustle. Respect they grind. Respect they
drive.
effort and what they doing. They drive. Respect it. And find a way to develop that drive in you. You know what I'm saying? That way you're not
Hell,
stressing yourself out.
If you feel like you're so bothered with like how well that they're doing, maybe ask questions. Maybe they could give you some tips. Maybe they can assist you in your growth and your personal development. Like, because clearly something has to give. When we get that upset, it's because we know something needs to be changing and we're just
Right.
not changing it. So we want to get mad about something.
All this pressure, what it does in our community is gives us reason not to trust each other. Reason not to fuck with each other.
Right.
Reason not to say, oh, it should be me, not them. I want this. I deserve this. It gives you that entitlement mentality. Like, you can't keep pressuring yourself to keep up with the next motherfucker or get ahead of the next motherfucker or none of that. It has to be personal improvements for yourself. That way, it's not a hella chasing. You're not chasing anything. Anybody. You're actually working towards a goal. When you're working,
allowing yourself to take time to process, to do your
right,
own process.
to do your own
You try to
shit.
jump these damn steps, bro, you gonna fuck up.
You keep trying to jump with everybody else. Like, you don't know those steps that other person took. It may have looked like they just jumped from this to that, but you didn't see shit they did in between
behind
there.
the closed doors.
Right, there was a million steps they took in between there
But
to
you
get
saw
to
2
that
steps.
jump.
Yeah.
Right. But all you saw was that 1-2 jump. Like, come on, bro. It don't work like that. And you can't think that everybody is going.
Everyone's process is gonna be different. We can
Right.
be in
It's
the
all
same
going to be different. It's not
situation.
going to be the same. It's not. And even when you're in the same situation, it's not going to work out the same.
Because we're different people. We
Y'all
have
may
our own
both
process.
finish and end.
Right.
But
it ain't gonna look like
it
that
ain't gonna look
motherfuckers
like
though.
it ain't gonna be the same.
Yeah.
It ain't. Your hustle, your drive, your effort, unless you
It
can
all
match
determines
that.
your outcome.
Right, that all determines it. So get your ass up and get your grind on, man. Get out your feelings. You know, start putting everything in a perspective. Put everything in a category. Everything in an order, and
Yep.
understand what these pressures are.
That's crazy because that's actually another piece of it too, is to prioritize it,
Prioritize
put it in
it.
order so that you can make sure that you
Like,
get your things done. So
okay.
with these different pressures, give one aspect. You want to maybe work?
Like work. Yeah, work.
Okay, so we feeling these pressures at work, and I got 10 tasks. Actually, look at which one needs to go first. Is there timelines? Most of them have deadlines, right? Most things in life have deadlines.
Right.
This has to be done by this time. So let me prioritize. Which one should I do
Stop
first?
lollygagging.
Procrastination kills a lot of things. Like, I guess it depends. Some people like to procrastinate so that they feel that pressure.
Right.
You know? So like some people are into that, but like if you're really not into these different types of pressures, you need to figure out how to maneuver through them still, because they're still gonna pop up. If you try to avoid them, you will never ever get better. Ever.
So what you gonna do? How are
learning
you going
to
to
get a process?
prioritize? A lot of people do things haphazardly. They just go in and, oh, this is what got to be done, and they don't develop a method about it or be methodical about it.
Right.
You
no real
have
thought
to.
that goes into it. Yeah.
Right, no real thought. It's time to get past the ignorant stages in life and start being calculated. Start being learned. Start being mind, body, and soul. Start actually putting thought into your actions, your deeds. Put that effort into putting thought into it. And I promise you the results are going to be better. You'll lower the stress in your life. You lower the pressure won't seem so great.
Right. It's not gonna be so huge.
It won't be so overwhelming.
And that's I think that's a major part when it comes to anything emotional. We'll be like, oh my God, like calm down. If you
But-
find these ways to help yourself,
Right.
you're gonna be good.
But what about this? A lot of people don't when you prioritize, or they don't prioritize, they go and do things out of order and end up lacking. You
Yeah.
end up needing, and you don't want to be in that position. Meaning, if you working, or you're a single parent, you working and you got bills, and you're not really getting much support from whoever, and you got to make everything happen on your own.
Yeah.
Then you need to make sure that you're not putting your habits before the house needs, and that you control your habits to where it does not affect those in your household or the way that you run your household. You have to take pride in it and don't let it overwhelm you. But if you continue to feed your habits first,
Right.
then you're going to be lacking. You're going to be without. Don't feed your habits.
And then you go be stressed the fuck out.
You gonna be
'Cause
stressed the
what
fuck
happens when
out.
we are lacking something? We're like, oh my God, I need this, I need that. My kids need this, my kids need that.
Keep
Flipping
the
fuck
pressure.
out.
Keep the pressure under control by prioritizing, by actually taking the time out to understand, you know what? I'm irritated because this bill over here, and this I need to get food, this clothes and insurance, and I got to get to work, but I don't have nobody to drop off. Like put all this shit in perspective.
Yeah.
And understand it. Like, you know what? It ain't just my fault. Don't beat yourself up like that. Stop and say, you know what? I gotta make sure that I put this first, then this, then this, then this. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna wait on anything habitual, anything that is habit pleasing, waits.
That's learning the difference between needs and wants. Some people that got their needs and wants a little twisted.
They got it fucked up. And because you got it fucked up and you feeding your wants,
the needs.
Yeah, you're going to put yourself behind. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Every time, though.
Because
it's gonna get you every time, because you have to be able to prioritize. Like, this shit needs to go first. This shit need to fucking wait. And
it has to.
Put that bitch on the back burner on warm, you guys. Like, where
it
this
has to be
wait.
A very important thing to you to understand that this is the order in which I need to maintain things and take care of things.
Right.
And
the
when
things
it comes
that are actually going to assist me in moving forward in life.
Right. So if you're at work, whatever you got to do, it's because this is a job you chose or that you could get at the time or whatever. But you got to go in there and do it at the best you can so that you can move up, get the accommodations or the recommendations from those to move you up to a higher level, and you gain the promotion or move to a new position or open your own shit. Whatever it is, you have to go in there and perform. You can't go in there with that negative mentality like, oh, fuck this and fuck them and da-da-da-da-da. You keep that shit on the low and take it home and vent, you know what I'm saying? But when you get there, you go in there and say, you know what? Although I don't like X, Y, and Z today, I'm going to go in here and blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna chew it up, and I'm gonna spit it right back. I'm gonna fuck them up with it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing they're gonna be able to say is, this motherfucker know what the hell they doing. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker go in here and go hard.
Hell of a work ethic.
Right.
Don't say like,
they can't say, oh, his attitude is shitty, all this, that. No. In the back of your mind, you might be thinking, man, I'll knock you out, drag you across this floor, slam your head into the pillar, and like all kind of shit, right?
You don't know that.
But do like they do and smile on their motherfucking face and get your bread and keep your shit in line. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a bigger job to do. You got priorities at home. You got a life to maintain. You know what I'm saying? So we can't let these pressures that say you got a boss that keep just riding you. You know what I'm saying? Or a coworker that keep just complaining or saying shit or being certain way that you don't like, or just like fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let these motherfuckers move you out your position because you let the pressure get too great for you to keep your cool or handle it in a better way. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that you go in there and show them, look, you can't get to me no matter what. I'm tougher than that. We black, we done been through hell and back. You know what I'm saying? And we still here. Our ancestors been through it. You know what I'm saying? And we going through it. We gonna keep going through it. We ain't the first ones. But we gotta show them that we tougher than anything they can throw at us at all times. So go in there, figure out the job, figure out the order of things, and ask questions. Learn from those who've been there. You know what I'm saying? Find them subject matter experts.
Man. Don't be afraid to ask them motherfucking questions. Some people, maybe it's like a shame thing or something,
right,
but you gotta get over that shit. Like, you really got to ask some questions, because how the fuck are you supposed to learn something new if you're afraid to fucking ask? Well, if you're afraid to ask questions, then nigga, you need to start researching for your motherfucking self then. How are you supposed to get better if you never tried to get better? You never give forth that effort to make sure. I have a hard time under pressure. So since I have a hard time under pressure, how can I make sure I still can work through these pressures? Because they're still gonna come up. They still come up in life. They're different. They're not always the same, right? So like different aspects of life, how you feel them different pressures. So you need to understand that I gotta still work through that shit, because no matter what, this life shit keep going.
I'm always saying, stop trying to be so damn comfortable. Get a little tougher. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, everybody like walking around like bitches today, like hella soft. You know what I mean? Like real pussyfied. Stop, bro. Like get some nuts about yourself. Get women. Grab your ovaries. Niggas grab your nuts. Shit, whatever the fuck.
Rick made this shit.
Don't allow the pressure to overcome you. Like, overcome it. Make the pressure no pressure. Get the routine down so
So
that,
you got to get these routines down.
right.
Because,
Understand that it is
majority
a
of this
routine.
shit really has to deal with emotions. And people don't like to deal with their emotions. Boom, pressure, emotions.
And then,
Yeah, they literally go, oh my God. Okay, so when you go, oh my God, then you need to go, oh, I need to figure this out. So as soon as the oh my God hits, go, oh, I need to figure this out because clearly I'm flustered. I feel overwhelmed. Now I need to figure out how I can still work through this overwhelmed feeling because no matter what, this shit is still gonna keep going.
it's gonna keep going. And you can't, because the pressure gets too great, you can't quit. How many times you gonna quit?
Still ain't gonna get better.
And then you know, okay, you know how I know when the pressure get too great for motherfuckers, right? You know, you have a conversation with a motherfucker, they talking about their work, and oh, this is going on, and this person keep doing this and this and that, and fuck them and this and that. Well, what I hear is they expect you to do X, Y, and Z, and you can't meet that expectation. That's what I hear.
Right.
I hear they're telling you what they expect of you and how to do it to meet that expectation because you knew there. They trying to get you up to speed, make you a good member of the fucking team. But guess what? You can't handle the pressure.
Right.
You can't take the pain, the criticism. You can't take the whether it's negative criticism, constructive criticism, positive criticism, whatever it is, unless they patting you on the back and holding your motherfucking hand.
Yeah, most people don't like to be wrong.
You can't take the motherfucking pressure. So learn how to take the pressure, bitch. Quit being so motherfucking soft. Stop being so weak. Why y'all so weak these days? Damn. I don't get it, man.
Not everyone's been to the military.
It ain't even just the military, but life itself. We got decisions to make, period, point blank, in life. And you either gonna be soft and emotional about it, or you can be hard with emotions too. And process them emotions, learn how to handle that pressure, and carry that weight. Man and woman. Old child, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to handle that pressure at that time in your life because the pressure differs at the different ages and levels in life, stages you go through. You know, it's not going to always be the same.
That's why we have to get these processes to make sure we can work through them because you're going to still feel them. They just come, they're different.
Prioritize and learn how to handle that shit, man. You know, it's like, again, all of this stuff affects how we handle each other and the way we commingle and interact as black people. We need to understand that we have a community. We have a history, and it does not begin with slavery. It actually began with community and togetherness and family love, structure, strength, unity,
loyalty.
You know what I mean?
Fucking discipline.
All the whole shit.
We had purpose. We had drive. Where the fuck are you at now?
So,
because I need you in my life. That's
right.
what
I need you to have that. I need you to want that, desire that. You know what I mean? It's okay. Yes, we are all individual people, but our individuality makes our community. It makes us a whole. You understand me? We bring those different aspects to the table and we lay them on the motherfucking table and say, this is what I have to offer and I'm going to be here.
Right.
I'm going to hold my ground and hold my weight. It's people that'll come to the table and see what they can scavenge and take from that motherfucking table. Gotta watch out for them. Don't become them. When we deal with each other in the black community, we have to have faith that we can actually walk up to each other and say, hey, you okay? You need something? If it look like it's that type of situation. We can't just keep jumping at each other all crazy and hostile just because we black. We got to understand that we were made to fight each other and not speak to each other. And that's why we developed that mentality like, hey, don't talk to me, nigga. Because guess what?
A
This
very
cracker over here with this whip
uninviting
is going to whoop my
energy.
ass if you say something to me, bro. And we probably going to end up fighting each other to the death because they going to make us or they going to kill us unless we do that. They played us against each other for sport, and it developed into a mentality habit that was handed down through generations. We got to understand this. So
Again, it's too much competition.
it's too much competition, and you're not mine, and I'm not gonna put that pressure on you to have to be so defensive when it ain't that type of situation. I know who I need to be defensive against.
Yeah.
I know who I need to be defensive against. You feel me? And we put too much pressure on each other in this world. We already got it pounding on us, and it's
From everywhere.
from everywhere.
You can't even say that you disagree. Like, because
Man,
it's
I'm
from
talking too
you
much.
can
I'm
think,
not gonna blunt.
you can think of every aspect of your life and be like, damn, because it's in everything. So once we learn that it's in everything, we're able to like get these processes and make sure that we're still cool through that time. Because whenever it's that time to perform and perform well, we're probably feeling some pressure.
A lot of pressure.
Right. Depending on the situation, it might go from a little pressure to, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. So figure out how to make sure you're good, because there's some times that you're not good, and we need to learn how to acknowledge those times so we can make sure we work through it in a good way. Most of us don't work through
In a
it.
good way.
We don't work through it, or if we do work through it, we don't do it in a good way to where we still have to deal with it later.
We always, I see a lot of people get defensive. They become overly defensive.
Yeah, because I think majority of people, we get so sick of the I'm not right. That you're saying something that I'm not right. And it's not
Right.
personal. Like, it's really not personal. And that was I feel like we said it in a prior episode. Like, don't take things so personal, because it's not always meant to be that way. So maybe if
Or-
you feel that, ask that, clarify that. Did you
Right,
mean
right.
it like this? This is what I heard from what you
From
said.
what you said.
Yeah,
Because
I feel like-
sometimes we take it the wrong way.
Yeah.
But also, stop taking shots at people.
Oh, that's a great one, because that's what makes us always be so, oh, I feel like I took that personal, because some
Because
people really do
there
talk
are
like that.
some people that, you know them. They take them,
They
them-
want to laugh and joke, but it ain't a laughing
them
joke.
snarky comments and little shit, try to hide it on the under with a smile, you know what I'm saying? And one little cut in it. You know, look, bruh, look.
Like, no thanks.
Stop doing that to people. If you ain't got nothing nice to say and you don't like what they doing, or you jealous, or you envious, like, that's cool, but stop hating. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that
Keep your
jealousy
opinion
and
to
envy
your
become
motherfucking
hate,
self.
man. That's where people get me fucked up at. Like, why you gonna let that shit turn into hate? Okay, if you want to mimic or copy what somebody else is doing, what I did or whatever, do that. Hey, man, this inspired me to do X, Y, and Z. Or you ain't even gotta say nothing, but don't hate on somebody because you can't actually do what they doing. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I don't like
They
hate.
got to their point though, because they took the time and the patience and the practice.
I
to make
hate.
sure
I don't
they
like
got
hate,
it.
bro. I don't like people hating on each other, man. Like, and I mean that all the way across the board. Like, cut that hate shit out, bro. That shit is not a good look. That shit is weak and soft. Y'all niggas need to get off of that. But we got to make sure that we handling all these pressures that come out and in this world, and just be honest all the time. You know, even as friends, we put pressure on each other. You know,
That one is always an unnecessary one.
because we supposed to be friends. Like,
Friendship should not bring pressure to my life. I feel like
it shouldn't. Like, if
that's
I'm
supposed to be the fun aspect. What?
my friends, my partners, my niggas, my loved ones. No, I don't put them in precarious situations. I don't put them in situations that are unfavorable, you know? Anything we've done was foolproof. Not gonna speak too much on what, you know what I'm saying, but it was all foolproof. And if I ever had a problem, I always went and did shit by myself, because I didn't want to put that type of pressure on these are my homies, the ones I call my loved ones. And if something happened to them and they not there for their family because of me, you know what I'm saying? That was the pressure I didn't have to put on them, and a loss that they family didn't have to suffer or go through or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So I rock it by myself. You know what I'm saying? If it's that serious. If it's not that serious, I think about my family and being here for them, because me actually being here to build is better, is more important than anything else. You feel me? So I try and actually handle that pressure, that whatever situation came up or whatever, by myself. And if I can, I'll be like, you know what? I already know what I would do and what I can do. But what I'm going to do is nothing. I'm going to let karma come around and hold around like she do, because she do. You know what I'm saying? And she favor me. I know that for sure. So we can't allow this shit to just drive us crazy and we be negative reaction to shit. You know what I'm saying? We got to think ahead and think that we do have a job to do, and it's something that we got to control in us and start to say, you know what? I ain't gonna let that get to me. I ain't gonna let that drive me to that point where I'm about to go and jeopardize whatever it is that's about to be jeopardized. You know what I'm saying? Because for every action, there's a reaction. And for every reaction, there's an action. It's an ongoing cycle. Energy is ping pong. So control that ball and make the right reaction. Handle that pressure correctly. Process the situation. It only takes a split second. You already know. And things can go left or right in that split second.
All due to a decision.
And the inability.
Did you allow yourself to get highly emotional through a high stress situation? Or were you able to go, hey, this is about to be stressful as fuck, and calm down? Like,
but if you love your folks, don't put unwanted pressures on them. Unnecessary pressures on them. Mm-hmm. That's all. I don't know how else to say it. Don't come at them. Don't put them through bullshit. Try and minimize it. Use them in a proper way and reciprocate it.
Learn how to properly utilize your support system is something that I've been saying for some years now. Everyone has a support system. You should anyways. If you weren't born with one, then you should create that for yourself. But
or, real quick, can I? Don't destroy any of it that's right there. Keep it all sacred to you. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Properly utilized, guys. So that means that learning how to communicate if you really need help, ask for help. But when it comes to having your hand out, don't always have your hand out. Learn how to do things by yourself. At least try to do it by yourself before you go, hey, I need some help. Like, learn how to do it in a way to where everyone feels like there's reciprocation within there, right? But we cannot all do something in a selfish manner. And I feel like some people be doing things in a selfish manner because they just feel like they need help at that time. But you still got to be considerate even when you're saying, I need some help from somebody.
The first thing they do, instead of processing it and handling the situation themselves, they ask for help.
Oh God, it's a lot. I need help.
It's
like, no, wait, hold on. Because that's still not practicing. You're not practicing through it to where you get better. You're supposed to learn how to try to get better.
Some of these people have enablers as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And
because that's not support. That's
enablement.
That's not the same. And that's where that saying had definitely came from. Because
do
you got
not
to learn how to
enable
use
these
it the right way.
motherfuckers. Yeah, and
there's many people misusing people, and that's a thing in the world. So you gotta pay attention to that.
When these problems come up, I hear motherfuckers all kind of stories. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. Everybody want to come and tell me these stories. Everybody, I could tell you a million stories, but I don't. I guess they come and talk to me because I don't talk. I don't go running my mouth. You know what I'm saying? But I hear all kind of different stories, and what I really hear is, pity me. Help me. I'm confused. I don't know what to do. but they don't want to actually say it. They want you to sit there and
Offer.
here you go. This is how. But no. Look, man.
It's like a child.
Yeah.
It runs me right back to a child. Like, well, hey, what you got? Look, we'll say I got a burrito, because I be like burrito with tacos, y'all. So like, I got a burrito, and the kid will be like, I like burritos, but they won't be like, can I have some of your burrito? They'll be like, that's my favorite food in the world, right? But they're still not gonna say, can I have some? Like, and that goes straight into, isn't that a huge thing with me? I'm like, can you ask? Can you put it in question form? Like, I'm such an asshole because people around me get mad at me for that because I'm like, whoa, I need that in question form. I feel like if it's not in question form, I'm gonna start answering you like, cool, that's awesome. And then people go, wait, I'm confused because I need you to communicate how you know you need to communicate.
All you gotta do is ask.
If that means you want something, nigga, you ask for something if you want something.
If you need that.
If you need something, for sure, help, ask, right?
Ask for help. If you need whatever it is, just ask.
Motherfucker, you better use your words. I'm gonna start saying how many words you know.
Just ask. But don't go insinuating.
I'm supposed to have what you have because you have it, huh? Wait a second.
Stop insinuating shit and thinking people just gonna get it. Or give a fuck to get it.
Right, or give a fuck to give it, because that's a you thing. When someone is saying something in a way where you know they're trying to ask you, right, and you offer, that's a you thing. That's a you thing, and you have to turn that thing off. Like, we
have to improve ourselves and the way we handle things, and the way we utilize our support system, so that we learn how to handle our own pressures, not put them off on everybody else or maximize theirs. Because remember, everybody's going through something. And though there may be them around you that have more, if you can't, okay, for instance, you need to borrow some money, right? You got a family member that's well off, and you know they don't mind lending it to you. But you know you cannot pay them back. Convey that.
Right.
Don't give them the impression that you're going to pay them back. Don't give them the impression that you can pay them back or set a time. No, convey, hey, I honestly, look, what I'm asking you for is going to help me out, but I can't pay you back. I could work it off in some kind of way, or can we come up with some other kind of plan? But don't go because you trying to motherfucking get over on somebody, or use it in a way that you overuse it and overextend yourself. Because what I mentioned earlier, destroying your support system, that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to put so much pressure on the people that actually care to help you, right, that they're going to start to say,
want to help you no more.
Yeah, they're going to say no.
Understand why you can't communicate with me when you should be able to communicate with me.
And a lot of the things that you think are so big in your life, they're not. They're small. You just won't take the time to process it and learn how to handle it. Right. You won't take the time to
make it smaller in your mind.
To make it smaller. You allow it to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you get lazier and more complacent and more complaining and like just the fuck. You get nigga. Stop that. Get your shit right. Get your head right. Fix your mind. Fix your the way you look at these problems.
Change the way you think. They say cognitive restructuring. It actually has a name.
Cognitive restructuring. Yeah. All right.
Change the way you
cognitive. Brain, thinking, mind, the games. Hello. Change the way you think. If you wake up in the morning and be like, damn, I gotta do this. Say, no, don't wake up and say, I gotta do this. Wake up and say, man, yeah, I get to go do this right now. And woo-woo. Become happier about it and take ownership of it and don't let it own you.
Gratefulness, to wake up and learn how to find the things that you're grateful for.
Right. I'm grateful to wake up and have to do whatever I have to do because I have the ability to, and I've been given this opportunity to excel. look at all of this as opportunities to excel. And if the pressure is something that is just becoming overwhelming, you might need to take a step back. You might
That's
need
where
to,
you need to pay attention to. Do you need some more self-care?
right.
Do you need something for you? Because a good portion of the time we're so used to filling in for everyone else. Someone needs this, someone needs that, someone needs this,
And you
someone
just
needs
go,
that, and then you don't have enough to give yourself. So
Give yourself plenty.
yeah,
Don't be afraid to give and reciprocate, but make sure that you're not mistaking reciprocation for being taken advantage of. And open your eyes, realize, set them boundaries and maintain them boundaries. Put your foot down, you know what I mean? That's going to allow you to stay in your zone. And if you do have the ability to help each other or help others, you'll do so without
hurting.
Your
you
levels
should never,
jumping.
ever be helping someone to where it fucking hurts you.
right.
So if you're not
So-
taking care of you and your family are not taken care of, then you should not
You
be
shouldn't
trying
be
to
helping
really
nobody else.
extend your helping hand out
Don't
right now.
go out there and do what you can't do, and you know you can't. It's
Though helping people makes us feel good, you're supposed to still pay attention to that time when
You
it's not
first.
time to do that right
right.
now. Yeah.
Like you may have that heart, but don't overextend yourself and add the pressure to you that shouldn't
Unnecessary.
be there. It's
Just
unnecessary.
unnecessary at that point.
Like-
Because cool, it's so awesome to help people. Because don't get me wrong, we
love
to
helping
fucking
people.
help people.
You know, if you
So
know
I
us, you
think-
know. You can call us for help, and we'll be there. We'll actually show up, show out, tell you to pull up, whatever. You know what I mean? But what we're not going to do is overextend ourselves or allow someone to abuse us or put pressure in our life that we know we don't need, want, or shouldn't even be there. You know? Again, we are black. We take the time to learn and to love each other truly for who we are and appreciate our blackness. And when we go out, we appreciate our black community and being able to see other black people. But a lot of us ain't on that same vibration, ain't on that same wave yet. And it's going to take some time, and it's cool. But one thing we all have to comprehend is that wave. Hey, look, we all live in life. So you can't sit there and think that you the only one going through something. You the only one that got all this going on in your life and everything up against the wall and your back against, you not the only one. And although somebody else's grass may look greener, you don't know how much it costs to water that motherfucker. You don't know what they go through to maintain it. So relax. Your time is coming if you put the work in.
If you put that motherfucking work in, cause shit. Oh man, people don't be understanding that, and it's funny that you said the grass is like the greener on the other side, because real life you gotta maintain it. How you think it gets green? Like it ain't
What you
just
gonna do?
by bullshit. Like, you see how the world is? It ain't just green for nothing. Somebody's doing something somewhere. Look, unless what we get a hell of a rain. That's the only time the shit is just green.
No.
Other than that, you gotta take care of your shit. Is what
How
you
much
need to
work do you put into maintaining your shit? And the more work you put into maintaining your shit, the less pressure you actually have in
do.
life.
I promise.
And the less pressure you have in life, the better you gonna feel. Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, all the leads.
I love that. All the leaves.
You gonna feel better. I promise. And it's not gonna be
Rick made this shit.
a time where you just gonna be feeling just completely overwhelmed unless you get off your grind, unless you get off your square,
I feel like for myself, the only time that happens is when I'm not pouring into myself. And then
Right.
it shows me, oh shoot, it's time for Jamie to have some Jamie, because clearly I've been doing too much outside of myself and not saying, here you go, Jamie.
Well, don't do that.
Don't
But
do that.
what I was gonna say was, what do you do to give to you to minimize your stress, your pressure?
There should be a lot
Like-
of things, yeah.
How do you actually calm yourself and take time to unwind and relax? How do you actually get out the zone that you were in, that got you ruffled and all flustered? How do you get the bills in order? How do you get the work schedule and the school schedule all in order? How do you do what it is you need to do to maintain that pressure in your life, that stress in your life? Put it in order, man. We all have to take time to actually realize
Ask
that
your brother.
these pressures are real in life. The natives are always restless in this household.
My bad, y'all.
But we have to take the time to understand that, look, man, my mama, my daddy, sister, brother, cousin, auntie, uncle, niece, my family member, my friends, all have a life. They all have pressure. They all have issues. They all have something going on. It may not be a bad issue. It may not be a good issue. It may be an in-between issue. It may be whatever type of issue. But everybody got their own shit in some kind of way. And if you continuously try to put your shit on somebody else, that's you adding pressure to them that is unneeded, unnecessary, probably most definitely unfucking wanted. And you need to check your shit, man. We got our own pressures as individuals, but then we got pressures as a couple as well, and we got pressure as a fucking family, and then as business, as entrepreneurs, you know, we got pressures, and as everything.
Look, as parents,
men, women, we have pressures.
Any aspect, you work, you got pressures in work.
Right.
Nigga, you go to school,
But
you got pressure when you go to school.
We don't try to compound the pressure on each other.
Right. Which I
And
see a lot of people do. And
my
it's like,
support
that's the
system-
unhealthy portion.
Well, our support system, we have individual support systems, you know, and then we have our collective. We combine it into a collective support system, but we do not abuse it. If we actually need help, when it's very, very rare, but we only ask when we really fucking need to, and that's very rare.
And if you tell me no, I don't even take that to heart because
it's not a
we
problem.
all have our own shit that we have to
Everybody.
do and go through
So,
every single day.
If they tell you no or they can't help you at that time, don't take it personal. Understand that they might have something going on right then and there that they are actually fighting,
Right.
battling, trying to get done. Or if they do help you, it will overextend them and cause them to delay in what they're trying to do.
Right.
Don't
Which
take
again-
it personal.
No. We don't advise that for anyone to overextend yourself. That's a don't do it.
I mean, if you can and it doesn't hurt you, that's fine. But, you know, helping is overextending. But don't do it to where it hurts you. But if you have to ask somebody and they tell you no, don't think that just because they can't do it right then and there that it's something personal.
Right.
Stop and think that everybody goes through something and is going through something. At always in their life, there's something going on because life goes on. There is never
My
a
back
dull
says
fucking
time
moment.
waits for no one because this shit keep going.
Yeah.
Don't
So
keep going.
if time literally don't wait for no one, remember it don't wait for your ass either.
You gotta
You
do some.
are no motherfucking exception. And just because you got some motherfucking shit bothering you, don't mean that you get to dump it on everybody else or act the ass or be a motherfucking punk ass whatever the fuck about what you got going on or because they can't help you.
Right.
If you love them, you understand.
Some people even get hurt because they don't want to hear them out.
They don't want to hear them out.
Sometimes people don't want to hear the
If you
same
love them,
complaint.
you'll fucking
50,000
understand.
times. Like-
If you don't understand, then you're not trying to motherfucking understand and you're being selfish and greedy. And you need to cut that shit out. I don't want her to ever feel like everything is all her, you know, on her. This is a team here. And if you got people in your life, it should be a team between y'all. I love her. I love the people around me. And I try to keep my shit to myself. And I try to make sure that I handle everything. I handle everything, not nobody else taking care of my life. Take care of your own life. Love your life so much that you can and want to take care of it.
That's that take care of you, because so many people, I think they just trying to drown out their emotions so much to where, like, if you're at that point where you don't want to feel, then it's gonna show, and you're not really gonna take care of your things, whether it's your people or your actual material items.
Your
Like you don't care
possessions.
to take care of anything because you're not even taking care of yourself. So
Why won't you take care of you? I want to know. I want to know. She takes care of her very well. I take care of me very well. We take care of our household very well, and we are appreciative to get up and do so. And although we know that this life will always continuously put pressures on us, we know that what we are trying to accomplish is greater than any of them pressures.
than any of that shit. Because wow, it's a lot sometimes. It's quite a bit sometimes, but you have to learn how to work through it. It's
So-
every time work through this motherfucker.
What would happen if, as a family, as individuals, and we start individually and we start as a family, we actually start to handle these pressures and we put these habits to the side? Whatever habits we have to feed, we put them to the side to make sure we take care of our priorities, to minimize those daily pressures, those monthly pressures, bills and, paychecks and all of that, having the budget and all that. Actually do it and then take care of what you need to take care of, feed your habits at the end, and then love your family. Put into your family and yourself. You know what I mean? Don't go feeding the habits right away. Actually, whatever you got left, do something with your babies or for yourself if you haven't in a minute, and take care of you. Whether it's going to get your nails done or going to get a haircut or going to get some new shoes or whatever. I don't know, something. Do something for you because you earned it, you deserve it, you're worth it. Don't just let this pressure continuously beat you up to where you
Eat you away. Look, some motherfuckers, they will fuck their own brain up because of some
They
shit
just
that's
get
going
chewed up
on
by
at that
this
point in
shit.
time. Like, no, we gotta get it together, y'all. Get it.
because guess what? If we start to do this internally, when we go out, our community is going to be so. It will be more peaceful than it is because everybody will leave their house in peace. Everybody will leave and interact with each other with a higher vibration because they're not going out stressed about X, Y, and Z because they prioritize it and it's taken care of as best as they can, and they know that everything is going to be cool right now. Food for thought. I think that families make communities, and if we as families learn how to handle our shit and we act like families and we take care of this shit the right way, we'll go out and interact in a better way.
Way different manner. Like, we would be happy to go interact with people. Right now, people be so upset because they got to go outside and deal with people because people
They don't want to.
suck. Most people today, it be a no for me.
That's why I don't fuck with you
It
because
be a
you
no
don't
for
fake.
me. I'm over here smiling. People, they just be staring at me sometimes. And I'm like, damn, what's your motherfucking problem? Because I'm smiling, nigga. Like, you don't see people just okay
Why are
and
you mad
happy.
at somebody else's happiness?
As I just be like, okay, continue smiling and singing, because that's what I be doing when I'm stressed out. I don't know. I be having music on.
But then everybody want to go start getting in relationships and shit and fucking on each other, right? And then they get all in that type of pressure. That's pressure as well. Because now you emotionally, physically entangled with somebody and you ain't even got your shit right over here. But you trying to...
Well, you don't even like that person. Like
right,
that.
you don't even really like this motherfucker like that. But you trying to satisfy or appease that sourness that's in you and find some kind of enjoyment. And the easiest enjoyment is of the flesh.
That's right. As an adult, that's
It's easier to give your flesh than it is your heart.
Yeah,
People will do that quicker. You know what I mean? So we gotta stop just going around fucking everybody just because you feeling some kind of sadness or pity or disappointment or you feel like you need companionship or something. It might be your time for fucking healing and mending and solitude. You know what I'm saying? It might be your time for clarity and just to be alone for a minute. To keep your body to yourself.
I swear the best clarity comes when you're alone. That's when the universe can really get through to you. You have nothing else in front of you, no distractions, right? Like, pay attention to you.
It's a lot of pressure to be in a relationship, man. Sometimes it's not what you
That's
need
why
at
it's not
that moment.
relationships today.
I know. Like I said, everybody just fucking. Everybody just want to go, hey, yeah. What they call it? Fuck buddies? And,
There's too many names
there's
now.
too many fucking names these days.
Fuck buddy. What was the one stupid shit I sent you? It was like a cuddle fucker.
Cuddle fucker.
I've seen so many different name situationships. Like, there's
What the fuck?
see, whatever those things are, I don't want that, y'all.
I'm good. I'm
I don't
good.
want that.
Because I'm not going to, look, at that point, we might as well take the time to figure out, do we want a motherfucking life together? Because what I'm not going to do is just entertain you because you feel some kind of way at that moment in your life. You know what I'm saying? We're trying, I can't say design, but we're trying to build a real legacy, a real foundation for our future generations. I'm talking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 generations down the line. And something that can snowball and continue. We have to break generational curses, right?
Got to.
You have to have generations, motherfucker. So that means you got to have kids in order to have generations. Stop being scared to have kids. Actually form families. Don't just go fucking people making babies.
I was just about to chime in there because I was like, whoa.
Go ahead.
Whoa. See, the way my brain is set up, right? I'd be like, whoa. We need families, y'all. We don't need more babies. We don't need some, oh my God, baby fever. Let me go fuck on this nigga that I know I don't like that, and I know he ain't gonna be no good daddy, so let me just let me go get this baby. And I'd be like, hold on, wait, don't do that.
Fellas, don't just go dropping your seed at anybody.
Okay, and I feel like that's a perfect chime in too, because like some people, they be thinking like the woman has all the value. We couldn't have our fucking babies without the men. So we're so valuable, right? And we can have the children. We need them to have the children. So there's value in the woman, but there's so much value in that your seed, men.
Your seed is precious. Don't
pay
think
attention
that
to the garden that you're planting in. Okay?
Right, the garden you're planting your seed in.
Are you getting good soil? Because what happens when you don't get good soil? You still cannot grow the things that need to be grown. Okay, so we need to make sure that we're paying attention to these different things when it goes into even the pressures, right? Because how do some people feel these pressures?
Sex is fun.
Yay! Especially when it's good sex.
Hey, good sex is fun. We love it.
Bad sex is not.
You know, hey.
That's not a that's a no. But like good sex, yeah, that's fantastic.
But guess what?
Don't get you nowhere in life. Like good sex can't even get you a good life, people.
It's a
pay attention to
temporary bandage.
It's a temporary bandage, man. That's even if it could become a bandage, because some people,
right?
They just again having sex. If it's just about sex, then it's not even a good bandage.
So why you just want to keep fucking everybody? Don't do it. If you ain't really trying to have a family with them, don't do it.
I think that's probably why, is they took so much. It's not sacred anymore.
No, it's
the
not.
act of sex is not sacred. So like the body, they took the sacredness of our body and they turned it sexual. So then it just turned everything sexual for the men, right? So it's like,
oh, bust a nut. Oh, bust a nut. Bust a nut. Look, man, it's not about that. When I was younger, I've always wanted a big family. I always wanted 2 wives, a big family, 13 kids, like all the whole shit. I'm really with the shit. People think I'm crazy and I'm stupid or whatever, but no, I really believe in big families, man. Like I believe in those big family dinners and the legacies and the lineage of men and women on the wall, and this was grandma and great grandma and great grandpa, and yeah, we need that. Don't you understand? They tore that down and took that from a lot of us.
Make sure we didn't have it.
They made sure it's there in some families. You know what I mean? But in a lot of ways, it's not there, and we can't allow ourselves to keep going down that rabbit hole to where we're not creating legacy families. We have to create these legacy families so that we instill in them the right things as Black people. Let them know the real truth so that the truth is still told and it's still heard and it's still known. Because the narrative is always going to change by the motherfucking victor. You know what I'm saying? Again, we are in a war. We have been, and we have been made to believe that we are not. Because all you have to do is get down and pray, and everything will be the fuck okay. And it is not. That's not it. So, while we love everybody, we don't believe every damn thing. You know what I mean? And we're not
trust but verify.
Yeah. Trust but verify everything. And make sure that you're not putting pressure on yourself just because.
Literally just because.
Just because you hating on somebody or you feeling some kind of way or you mad about something, like whatever it is, you unknowledgeable, become knowledgeable. Take the time to understand that you are unknowledgeable and you do need to go get learned and understand what needs to be understood for your situation. Don't think that, oh, no, fuck this and fuck that because this and that. No, man, look.
There's a lot of things we need to unlearn, you guys.
And just be able to accept, relearn what you need to learn, and accept what needs to be. Man, if you can't accept this shit, you always gonna be the one talking about fuck this and fuck that and this ain't fair and da 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 da. You know what? It wasn't fair that our ancestors was lynched, hung, stripped, cut off fucking body parts and all the X, Y, and Z. You understand? That wasn't fair. It wasn't fair that we was drug off ships and chain links and, none of that was fair. And life still ain't fair and it ain't ever gonna be fair. But what is fair is that you accept your responsibility and learn how to handle the pressures that come in your life. So that when we go out, our community is great and we can handle each other. And we can talk with each other with respect, honor, pride, integrity, love, empathy, and actual care, concern. We not out there just dogging each other and talking shit about each other. Maybe you looking at a motherfucker that ain't dressed all nice that's worth $2.6 billion. That motherfucker just don't care to motherfucking
be branded up.
Right. He don't care to be branded. You feel me? He don't want to be all highlighted up in all the X, Y, and Z. But you treat him like shit because of what he look like. You don't know who you dealing with and what type of shit they dealing with. You feel me? It might be a motherfucker that's on his last leg and ready to pop the first motherfucker that say something. You know what I'm saying? So let's interact with each other with a kinder heart and more respect and love, compassion. You feel me? We all in the same boat. We my black folk. We love y'all. I ain't got no hate for you, no malice, none of that. Don't have it for us. Or for each other. Let's lose that cloak. Let's lose that placement and attitude. Change your mind.
The whole mentality. We ain't crabs in a motherfucking barrel, nigga. You ain't finna.
Stop it.
No. You black, I love you. If you brown, I love you. I don't care the skin tone because some people be like, oh, light and dark, all of it. I love all my colors, all my tints because wow, are we beautiful. And we spread all over with our colors. Like we are amazing. Your hair's fucking amazing.
And you're fucking beautiful. All right? Get yourself under control. You know what I mean? We're going to get ready to wrap this up. We want y'all to always love you. Learn to love each other. Learn to love your black community. Learn to love your black brother and sister.
Learn to vibrate love. When someone comes around you, they should just feel it. Whether you're smiling or not.
Whether you're smiling or not. If you have a bad attitude or it's a bad day for you, Just accept what it is and don't put it off on everybody else. You got a problem with somebody, go address it.
And if you don't want it to be confrontational, don't address it when you're like highly upset. Actually think about it so
Take
that
the
you
time to
guys
calm
can
down.
really have a conversation. Because I feel like when something pops up, we should be addressing these problems, especially if we want this person in our life at some capacity. Like, learn how to communicate to where we can still be cool. We're trying to move forward, right? So
Yep.
let's move forward, nigga. How do we do that? What's that look like for you? What's that look like for me? So that we can make sure that shit happens.
If we not moving forward, then we need to understand that we holding each other back. And you're not giving your best. Give your best at all times so that people can continuously give their best. Let's not add unwanted pressures on each other. Let's not jump into relationships and sexual habits or drug habits or alcohol. Let's not jump into all these bad habits and let them overwhelm us and become our life. Let's control us and get back to the gods and goddesses that we are. Let's get back to the royalty and the higher vibrational beings that we are. And we understand that we have been dumbed down to what we are now.
Just trying to fit in this so-called normal that they're trying to force down
Society.
our face. We know that shit's not normal. We being knew that shit not normal.
It's not normal, and all of this is a construct to keep us suppressed, to keep us down, to keep us the batteries, the engine, to keep us keeping everything moving and
once we die out, change the battery.
Yeah. Look, you black, you beautiful. We love you, love us. Stop hating on each other. Learn how to control the pressures in your life and understand that it's going to be constant pressures. The better you organize yourself, the better you manage yourself, the better you learn, educate yourself, the better you strengthen yourself in every way, the better you can handle all these pressures. The more you put these things off, the more you're going to allow these pressures to tear you down and drive you crazy. You understand me? And then you're going to break the people around you and make them not want to fuck with you because you're putting your pressure on them. Reciprocate in the most positive ways. Lose the negative. I'm going to play tit for tat and reciprocate all this negative energy. Let's lose that. Cut that portion off. Reciprocate the positive shit. Stop feeling like it's a hindrance or lose your pride, motherfucker. Basically.
Yeah, for real.
Lose your motherfucking pride and say thank you. Say, hey, I really needed you and I appreciate you. Say, hey, do you need me to do anything for you? Don't just take. Learn how to give. We will minimize the pressures in our life if we can actually reciprocate honestly, 110%.
Yeah.
Stop being reserved with your gratitude. Stop being reserved and withholding with your appreciation.
Right.
Give roses, not dead ones. Learn to give roses. Stop throwing shade. You feel me? This is Real Blunt. We keep it real. We keep it blunt. We keep it black love and unity. We love y'all. Peace.
Baby, shine with me. Show me you different, baby. I will teach all of my secrets if you grind with me. Let's grind, baby, grind with me. Let's get this paper, baby, shine with me. Show me you different, baby. I will teach all of my secrets if you grind with me. Let's grind. A couple songs, a conversation.